Today we will discuss about the fundamentals of electricity. First of all, objectives. On completion of this topic, you would be able to know introduction concepts of fundamentals of electricity, definitions of AC voltage and DC voltage, Ohm's law, limitations of Ohm's law, applications of Ohm's law, and effects of electric current. First one, we discuss about the electricity. Electricity is a form of energy which obeys the principle of conservation of energy. This law of conservation of energy deals with the energy in a system which may take on various forms: kinetic energy, potential energy, heat energy, light energy. The law of conservation of energy states that energy may neither be created nor be destroyed. Therefore, the sum of all the energies in the system is constant. See here, various energy transformations are shown in the figure. First one is microphone to motion. Chemical energy is converted into motion energy. Next, radiant energy is converted into chemical energy. Chemical energy is converted into motion energy. Next, electrical energy is converted into the thermal energy. Next, what is superior to what? Is electricity a superior form of energy? Let us discuss. Is it true or false? True means, let us take an example. The example is, we are using a normal scooter and nowadays we are experiencing electric scooter also. Differences between normal scooter and electric scooter. Can you list some advantages of electric scooter? By using electric scooter, we have some advantages like smokeless, clean, pollution free, no air pollution, no sound pollution, efficient, quick, less maintenance, etc. First of all, we must learn some fundamental concepts of electric charge. The concepts is related to the electricity also. First one, electric charge. A charge can be defined as follows. The excess or deficit of electrons is called charge. If an atom gains or loses electrons, then it is known as charged. Next to that, types of charges. There are two types of charges. One charge is positive, another is negative. Positive charge is also known as protons, negative charge is also known as electrons. If positive charges, protons, in an atom is equal to negative charges, electrons, the atom is electrically neutral. If an atom has deficit of electrons, it is positive charged. If an atom has excess of electrons, it is negatively charged. Deficit means less number of electrons, excess means more number of electrons. Next to that, static electricity. Charge which is at rest is known as static electricity. The study of behavior of static electricity is called electrostatics. Next to that, electric current. The rate at which electrons flow along the given cross section is known as electric current. That is nothing but the rate of flow of electrons is known as electric current. It is denoted by the letter I. Unit of current is ampere. Current I equal to charge by time. That is ratio of charge to the time. That is I equal to Q by T. Unit is ampere. So I equal to Q by T amperes. Next to that, the charge Q is measured in coulombs. Because coulombs, a scientist derived the element named charge. So charge is measured in coulombs and it is denoted or defined by the name of the scientist, and time t in seconds. Therefore, unit of electric current will be coulombs per second or in amperes. By this we know that electric current has two units. One unit is coulombs per second and second one is amperes. Now demonstrate the electric current with a simple diagram. Here we are taking a vacuum tube or a conductor. Consider one side of conductor is or one end of conductor is capital A and other end of conductor is capital B. One end is connected to positive charge of battery and another end is connected to negative charge of battery. Consider a voltage V is applied across the conductor AB as shown in figure above. Electrons flow from negative terminal to the positive terminal, that is negative terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of the battery through the conductor. But conventionally, current direction is opposite to the direction of flow of electrons, that is positive to the negative. Current passes from positive to negative, but electrons flow from negative to positive. This is the main difference between the current and the electrons. It is a figure showing how current flows from battery to the bulb. Next to that, electric potential. The capacity of a charged body to do work is called electric potential. It is denoted by the letter capital V. Electric potential V equal to ratio of work done to the charge, that equal to W by Q. The unit of electric potential is volt. The unit of electric potential is volt. Here we are taking one simple example to demonstrate electric potential. That is, here is a unit positive charge. We want to take that unit positive charge from infinity to the charged body. That is, electric potential at a point in an electric field is defined as the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to that point against the electric field. See here, there are two types. Two forces are adding, that is a electric force and a work done. From the figure we know that a positive charge, that is 1C, that 1 coulomb of charge is at a distance of some x. It is to be bring from distance to the actual present of the charge. It is nothing but the electric potential. Now, electric potential is defined by a charge that is either positive or negative. Here, infinity means any point outside the electric field at which there is no influence of the electric field. If a unit positive charge is to be moved into the electric field from infinity to any point in the electric field, work is to be done against the force of electric field. This work done is called electric potential at that point. Now some formulas for the electric potential. The electric potential V at a point which is at a distance of d. D, that is distance in meters, from a charge q, coulombs, is derived as follows. That is V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught d. That is in if Q is in air. Another formula is V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon r into d in medium. Epsilon is a constant, V is a voltage, Q is a charge, d is the distance. Epsilon naught, it is permittivity, epsilon naught and epsilon r. Epsilon naught is permittivity in space or air or any medium. Epsilon r means relative permittivity. Epsilon naught into epsilon r equal to unity. That is, product of epsilon naught and epsilon r is equal to 1. Next to that, potential difference. The difference in the electric potentials of two charged bodies is known as potential difference. It is demonstrated by simple example, that is two bodies, that is A and B. For having VA and VB as potentials exist in them, consider 2 points A and B. Let VA and VB be the potential of 2 points respectively. The potential difference between A and B, that is 2 points A and B, is difference between two potentials, that is VA minus VB. We can demonstrate with simple example. Consider 2 points A and B at a distance of D1 and D2 respectively from the charge Q as shown in the figure. Here the 2 points develop a potentials, they are VA and VB respectively. Here VA equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into D1 and VB equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into D2. The potential difference between A and B equal to VA minus VB, that equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r D1 minus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r D2. We can take out the common things from the above differences, that is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into 1 by D1 minus 1 by D2. Now we learn about the electromotive force. It is the force which it drives or tends to drive the flow of electrons in a circuit. It is denoted by the letters EMF. Unit of EMF is also volt. A simple example by showing a figure. We take a vacuum tube or a conductor. Here see, in that conductor some random electrons are present, that is random motion of free electrons without applying any force. See there, some negative particles are present in the conductor or a vacuum tube. The wire or conductor before figure is connected with a battery, that is the wire or conductor is connected to a battery. That is EMF maintains potential difference while potential difference causes the electrons to flow. See, we are connecting that conductor to the battery. By applying the current to the conductor, current passes from positive to negative and electrons flow from negative to positive. Due to this movement, some energy is developed. That energy is known as voltage. See, here negative particles are known by negative symbol, and dots are is nothing but the flow of electrons, and outer circuit is a conductor and a battery is also located. It can be shown in this figure. The battery, which is of 1.5 volts, which is developed with the help of a pen. Some pens are having light also. It is the arrangement of a pen light cell. Now let us learn about the voltage. It is an adjective form of EMF, or it is a synonymous with EMF and potential difference. Hence, the voltage unit is also volt. First, for learning more about the electricity, we must know some electrical gadgets. They are bulb, fan, refrigerator, telephone, computer. Here I am showing some pictures of such electrical gadgets. First one, you know, that is a computer. Second one, bulb. Third one, phone, telephone. Fourth one, a cutter. Third one, a sound. Fourth one, disc. For the working of above instruments, we must require electricity or current. For that, we must know what is meant by current. Flow of electrons constitute current. What do we do when somebody says sun rises in the west? We oppose it. Why? What do we do when somebody tries to steal something from us? We oppose or resist it. How do we generally react to a change in a system? We oppose it or resist it. We are going to the today's topic, that AC voltage or DC voltage. We completed the topics, that is introduction to the fundamentals of electricity. Now we learn about the AC voltage and DC voltage. AC voltage, the voltage in which both magnitude and direction changes periodically, is nothing but the AC voltage. There are some of the primary sources of AC voltages. They are alternators, oscillators. Next to that, DC voltage. The DC voltage is defined as the voltage that has constant magnitude with respect to time. And primary sources of DC voltage are battery and generator. Here I am showing the waveforms of AC voltage and DC voltage. See here, AC voltage is of sinusoidal in nature and DC voltage is of linear, or it is in a binarial form, that is a graph which represents the voltage and current in x and y axis. Voltage is perpendicular to the time. Now let us learn about the Ohm's law. Ohm's law is developed by a scientist, George Simon Ohm. He is a German scientist and a professor of mathematics and physics. By developing this Ohm's law, he also developed a resistance also. So, unit of resistance is named after him, that is Ohm. Now Ohm's law. Ohm's law gives the relationship between the applied potential difference across the conductor and the resulting current through it. Statement: the temperature remains constant, the current I passing through a conductor is directly proportional to the applied voltage V across the same conductor. That is, mathematically, voltage is proportional to the, that is directly proportional to the current. Voltage represents the V and current represented by I. V proportional to I. We want to take out the proportionality by adding a constant named resistance, that is capital R. V equal to IR. We can change that formula into several forms, that is R equal to V by I or I equal to V by R. That is where V equal to voltage across the conductor in volts, I equal to current passing through the conductor in amperes, and R equal to resistance of the conductor in ohms. Ohm's law deduces a relationship between voltage, current at constant temperature. Next, different formula variations of Ohm's law is shown below. The three formula variations of Ohm's law are as under. That is V equal to IR for finding voltage, I equal to V by R for finding current, R equal to V by I for finding resistance. These formulas generally used in solving simple problems regarding the Ohm's law. First, we can find out the voltage when current and resistance are given. Next one, we can find out the current when voltage and resistance are given. We can find out the resistance when voltage and current is given. A simple technique to remember Ohm's law. We are taking a simple circle comprises of voltage, current and resistance are depicted. VIR. Now we are closing current and remaining two values are V and R. So I equal to V by R. Missing thing is current, I equal to V by R. Next we are closing R. Okay, R equal to remaining two things is V by I. Next one, we are closing the voltage V, remaining items are IR. So V equal to IR. Why we are taking voltage in half circle and current and resistance in another half circle? Because when we are deriving the Ohm's law, we are generating a formula that voltage is equal to product of current and resistance. That is LHS voltage is equivalent to the RHS current and resistance. So one half cycle is totally given to voltage, other half cycle of circle is divided into two halves and one half is given to current and other half is given to resistance. Okay, this way we can remember Ohm's law. Next to that, we are here to learn about the limitations of Ohm's law. Ohm's law cannot be applied to the non-linear devices such as vacuum and gas, field devices and semiconductor devices, because generally Ohm's law is applied to the devices which has constant temperature. Okay, that is only for linear devices only. It cannot be applied to the non-linear devices. Okay, next to that, it cannot be applied to the arcing devices, that is welding devices. Next, it cannot be applied to the electrolytes in which gases are liberated on the electrodes. Next to that, it cannot be applied to the conductors whose temperature changes due to the flow of current through them. Simply, Ohm's law is applied only to linear devices, not to be applied to the non-linear devices. Next, we learn about the different effects of electric current. When electric current flow through a circuit, its presence is judged by its effects, which are given below. First effect is heating effect, magnetic effect, third one chemical effect, fourth one gas ionization effect, fifth one special rays effect, sixth one luminous effect. These effects are shown in different figures. See in the next slide. When electric current flows in a circuit, it produces various effects such as heating effect. Heating effect is generated by the a heater. Next to that, a chemical effect. Chemical effect is depicted using a battery. Third one, magnetic effect, which is developed by using a magnet. Luminous effect, it is developed by a bulb. Next, ionization effect. Ionization effect is shown with the help of a ionization of electrons, protons, electrons. Okay. Next to that, we will learn about the causes of heating effects of electric current. When electrons move through a conductor, they have to move between the intermolecular spaces of the substance. While they move, they collide with the atoms and experience some kind of friction known as intermolecular friction. Due to this friction, while the electrons are drifted through a substance, it becomes hot. In the previous slides, we have discussed the rate at which electrons flow across the given cross section is known as electric current. The unit of current is amperes. The conventional current direction is opposite to the electrons flow in a conductor. The rate at which work is done in an electric circuit is known as conventional current. Next, we learn about the definitions of electric current, electric potential, potential difference. Next to that, definitions of AC voltage and DC voltage, and define Ohm's law, limitations of Ohm's law and applications of Ohm's law, and different effects of electric current. We have learned or discussed in this class. Let us judge our knowledge with the help of a small quiz here. Viewers, please do this quiz and improve your knowledge by complete this quiz. First question, the amount of dash in bringing a amount of unit positive charge from infinity to a point in an electric field is called electric potential. Amount of work done. First quiz answer is work done. See, the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field is called electric potential. Okay. Second one, the unit of potential is, here 4 options are there. First one Farad, second one Newton, third one ampere, fourth one volt. By remembering that, we can judge unit of potential is volt. Second one answer is voltage, volt. Third one, the potential at any point outside the electric field, that is infinity of a charge, is equal to, here there are some options, that is A equal to 1, B 0, C infinity, and D any value. It is leaving for your reference. You inform me in another lecture session. Fourth one, current is dash proportional to resistance. Options are A inversely, B directly, C inversely or directly, D none of these. It is also for your filling. Fifth one, What is the unit of charge? First option is voltage, B coulomb, C ampere, D ohm. These are the four options given to the fifth question. That is, what is the unit of charge? The current is measured in dash. A voltage, B coulomb, C amperes, D ohms. Sixth question is, I am repeating the sixth question. The current is measured in volt, coulomb, ampere, ohm. Next to that, there in exams frequently some questions are asking. First question is, define electric potential and potential difference. Second one, define the terms AC and DC voltage. Third one, define Ohm's law and mention its applications and limitations. Fourth one, list different effects of electric current. These are the frequently asked questions in exam. Thank you for listening patiently my lecture. Okay, we can easily grasp knowledge by viewing this lecture. We have learned a lot of knowledge on the fundamentals of electricity. See, we learn about the first of all electricity. Next to that, forms of electricity. Next, examples of electricity. Next to that, electric charge, types of charges, static electricity, electric current. Next, demonstration of electric current, figure corresponding to current. Next, electric potential, demonstration of electric potential. Next, some key points regarding the electric potential. Next, formulas for electric potential. Next, potential difference and demonstration of potential difference. Formulas of potential difference, electromotive force definition, demonstration of electromotive force, and definition of electromotive force, and a diagram regarding the electromotive force, figure corresponding to electromotive force. Next, definition of voltage and unit of voltage, and some electrical gadgets, figures corresponding to electrical gadgets. Next, what are the equipment regarding the working of different electrical gadgets, what is meant by current, what is meant by resistance, and definitions of AC voltage and DC voltages, and primary sources of AC voltage and DC voltage, and waveforms corresponding to AC voltage and DC voltage, and scientist of George Ohm's law, unit of resistance, and statement of Ohm's law, relation between voltage, current and resistance, and formula for Ohm's law, and formula variations in Ohm's law, and how to remember Ohm's law with simple circle technique. Next, limitations of Ohm's law. Next, effects of electric current, figures corresponding to the electric current, effects of electric current. Next, causes of electric current, and brief summary of what we learnt in this session, and some quiz related to this session and frequently asked questions also. By this, I promised that you learned something regarding the fundamentals of electricity. Thank you. Thank you very much.